critical. If that did happen, though, it would only be for a few moments, because in reality, he was planning to hand the child to his concierge and be done with it. Vasya was a kind man who occupied his free time with finding homes for stray puppies and kittens. Last winter, he'd even found an arrangement for some street waif. He would be the perfect person to call the police. The girl watched Aspirin with clear intent and perfectly adult eyes. "Are you frightened?" she asked finally. "Me?" He was initially incredulous. But at that very moment, he realized the girl was right. He was frightened. Perhaps of the responsibility that fell on him from out of nowhere. Perhaps of something else. It may have been the girl's shadow over the ugly graffiti. "What are you doing here all alone?" he asked, his voice a touch calmer. "I am not alone. I am here with Mishutka." She finally loosened her grip, and Aspirin saw a light brown teddy bear with plastic eyes. "Well, if you are with Mishutka, that's a totally different matter," Aspirin allowed. "Where do you live?" The girl shrugged. "Children should not be out on the street at such a late hour." The little girl looked at him skeptically, and he didn't blame her. Even to himself, Aspirin sounded like an old bore. "It's too dangerous." "Yes," the girl agreed. "He's looking for me. He came for me." "Who?" The girl did not respond. Aspirin quickly scrolled through a few possible scenarios. Parents in a fight, possibly divorced. Or the mother is an alcoholic, and the father got custody. Not a common situation, but it was a possibility. In any case, the father came for her, and she didn't want to go with him. The usual scenario, domestic squabbles, preteen issues. The reasons didn't concern him. "All right," he said firmly. "Either you come with me, or you can stay here. So what'll it be?" The girl watched him silently, her eyes round and blue like those of a child on a greeting card. "I am going," Aspirin said with relief. "Family problems are not my forte." He pointed his flashlight onto the cracked pavement and moved toward the street. Stars glimmered above his head. "How wonderful that I don't have children," Aspirin thought, looking up at the clear summer sky. "How wonderful that I didn't marry Lucy back then," he thought, turning into a courtyard. "How wonderful that I—" His reverie was cut short. A group of teenagers, drunk or high or both, sat underneath a dying linden tree in the corner of a playground. Of course it was a playground, a perfect place for them to congregate. He actually wasn't sure they were high. He wasn't even sure they were teenagers. It was hard to see in the dark, hard to count the glowing ends of their cigarettes, hard to ask for their IDs. It wasn't hard to know he wanted nothing to do with them. "Hey, you! Come here!" It was a young voice, but insistent. It sounded like it was used to getting what it wanted, despite having nothing to back up that bravado. Aspirin moved his flashlight over the group. About half a dozen kids, one girl, and what's worse, one pit bull. "Drop your flashlight, shithead!" Aspirin heard a low growl. He switched off the flashlight and stepped back into the street. Couldn't they just leave him alone? No such luck. He was destined to be accosted by the young this evening. "Come here. Better for you if you do." "What do you need, children?" Aspirin inquired in a businesslike tone. "I am DJ Aspirin." The group sniggered. Either these kids didn't believe him, or they never listened to the radio. "Aspirin, OxyContin, got a light?" the only girl in the group asked cheerfully. He took a few steps back, watching the dog. One of his buddies had a dog like that. That dog once bit off his owner's finger. "Keep your dog on the leash," he suggested coolly. They laughed, the girl louder than the rest. Such an unpleasant combination, Aspirin thought. That broad and her dog. "Abel, get him! Get his balls!" That was all he needed to hear. Aspirin turned and ran. "A stick, please. A metal bar, an iron one, or a shiv? There's not enough time to find a brick. It's too dark." And as he sprinted away, he cursed the fact that the pepper